Hello my dear electronics and telecommunication students. I hope you have written GATE 2021 exam excellently. Now you may be aspiring to appear for Engineering Service Exam 2021 in the July of this particular year. Let us have a discussion on how to spend your valuable time in the coming months. So, for a successful journey from GATE 2021 to ESE 2021, GATE is the launching pad, ESE will be the landing destination. So, how to move in the coming months? Let us see the examination schedule. So, the notification will come in the April month on 7th. This is as per UPSC site. Last date for receipt of applications 27th of April, and prelims exam will be on 18th of July 2021. Now, after the prelim, main exam will be in the October on 10th. Now, the main focus is from today onwards to the date of prelim exam, you have approximately 5 months. From prelims to mains exam, roughly around 2.5 months or 11 weeks or so. So, how to allocate your precious time for various topics, that is going to be our point of discussion. Fine. Now, engineering service exam pattern, let us see. So, prelims will have 2 papers. Paper 1, general studies and engineering aptitude, it will have 2 hours, 200 marks and 100 questions. Means 1 question, 2 marks. Paper 2, electronics and telecommunication, entire syllabus, 3 hours, 300 marks, 150 questions. Same 1 question, 2 marks. So, altogether in prelims, 500 marks. On the 18th of July, morning session will be general studies, evening session will be technical, electronics and telecommunication. Now, mains exam. Who will be promoted to mains exam? So, based on the score you get in prelims, on an average 1:6 to 1:8. Means if 1 vacancy is there, 6 to 8 students will be promoted to mains exam. So, this mains exam will have 2 papers, paper 1 and paper 2. Both are electronics and telecommunication. Don't get confused. Sir, here prelims 1 paper, but here it is divided into 2 papers. Yes, whatever syllabus you have, say it has 10 subjects, it is approximately divided into 5 subjects each in the mains conventional paper. Here 3 hours, 300 marks, conventional questions, paper 1 and 2. Put it together, 600 marks. Now, prelims plus mains together, 1100 marks. Now, after mains, there will be a third stage, that is personal interview of 200 marks. Whether everyone will be promoted to a personal interview? No. Here the selection will be in the ratio roughly 1:2. It may change up to 1:2.5. It means if 1 vacancy is there, approximately 2 students will be called for personal interview. The marks allocated are 200 marks here. Altogether 1300 marks. How many marks you get of the 1300? That will decide whether you are going to be selected for engineering services or not. Now, I told you there is an approximate time span of 5 months from GATE exam 2021 to ESE 2021 prelims. approximately 5 months. So in these 5 months, I have discussed with my friends, other subject experts. So I am dividing the entire time into how do you spend into 4 areas. So those I am going to discuss what you have to do in the coming 5 months. The first area of discussion is general studies and engineering aptitude. 200 marks. Remember, it is a part of prelims exam only. It is not there in mains exam, only prelims. Okay. Second, common subjects with GATE and ESC. In the GATE you have network theory or circuit theory. In ESC also you have same thing. In the GATE you have analog and digital communication. In the ESC also you have same subjects. So you are already having enough practice in the common subjects, but there should be a little bit different approach in the engineering services. Not only approach, there may be some 5 to 10% additional topics in the engineering services. So how to work and how to practice these common subjects in the coming 5 months, that will be another point of discussion. Third, additional subjects compared to GATE. So in the GATE, electronics and telecommunication, material science is not there. But in engineering services, you have material science. In the GATE electronics, you don't have a topic called basic electrical engineering, in which you will have machines, electrical machines, etc. But that is there in ESC, electrons and telecommunication. Likewise, there are some other topics in engineering services. So how to prepare for those additional subjects compared to GATE, it is another area of discussion. Fourth, practice of conventional questions. Sir, conventional questions are related to mains na? Shall we prepare now itself in the coming 5 months? I told you, between prelims and mains, there is a time of approximately 2.5 months. If we spend for conventional, it may be good. So anyway, it will be discussed again separately. So these are the 4 areas we are going to discuss one after the other. Now, general studies and engineering aptitude, preferred order of preparation for electronics and telecommunication students. Engineering mathematics and numerical analysis. You have studied in GATE exam. In the GATE, it was having a weightage roughly around 10 to 15 marks out of 100, means you have already mastered. See, without strong fundamentals in mathematics, you cannot become an electronics engineer. Therefore, there are 10 subjects in general studies and engineering aptitude in which engineering maths may carry about 10 questions, means 10% weightage. This is the first preference. Second is engineering aptitude. Already you have mastered this in GATE exam. I think it's a cakewalk for you. So second preference. Third, current issues and other areas. For the last 1 year, there are several areas of discussion, national and international, mostly national. Every day you may be seeing in newspapers, TV channels, social media, etc. It's very easy to understand. And one more my observation is, there are some more subjects like energy and environment, ICT, etc. They are also little bit related to these current issues. Therefore, I strongly recommend, don't neglect the current issues. Fourth, basics of material science. In the BTech first year engineering physics you have studied. And this material science is a part of technical electrons and telecommunication syllabus of engineering services. It means almost 90% of this particular topic, material science, you have already covered. Therefore, electronics and telecommunication students focus on this. Roughly around 15 questions out of 100 questions in general studies paper are from this material science subject. Basics of energy and environment. This is also having a maximum weightage of 12 to 15 questions out of 100 questions. Sir, it's new to me. No better. In BTech second year or third year, you might have studied environmental studies subject. So either you might have studied as an elective or optional, whatever it may be. It is one of the easiest subject, and it is also related to current issues. It is having a weightage around 12 to 15 marks. Don't neglect it. Information and communication technologies. It broadly covers networks, communication, means satellite communication, etc. E-governance, e-education, etc. New education policy, etc. I know electronics and telecommunication students will go through the first two things as a part of their BTech. Anyway, rest of the things, I think electronics and communication students, they regularly study these, understand these areas. Therefore, my sixth order is ICT. Seventh, ethics and values in engineering profession. Yes, this is also a subject in your BTech. Engineering, ethics, professional ethics like that. It is a static subject. If you don't find much time, don't worry. At least understand the definitions, standard information. That is more than sufficient. If you have common sense sometimes, with the engineering common sense also, we can answer majority of the questions in ethics and values subject. Basics of project management. I think it is almost a new subject. Of course, some students might have studied IM&OR, Industrial Management Operation Research, some subject like that in their BTech final year. If you have not studied, it is almost a new subject. That is why I have given this as 8th option. General principles of design, drawing and safety. It is mostly civil and mechanical oriented subject. Anyway, you might have studied drawing to some extent in BTech first year. Anyway, this is not having much weightage, maybe around 8 to 10 marks. If you find time, go through. Otherwise, only some basics and leave it rest of the things. Standards and quality practices in production, construction, maintenance and services. I think again this is completely new to electronics and communication students. Again my advice, don't go in depth, understand the basic terminology, that is more than sufficient, right? Now there is a big question. Sir, what is the syllabus for these 10 topics? How many marks I have to focus on? You know, there is no specific syllabus mentioned in engineering services exam for these topics. So based on the last 4 ESE papers, prelims papers, and based on our common sense related to various engineering domains, ACE Engineering Academy has prepared certain study material for each and every subject. Our classes may be online live, recorded deep learn, or offline classes are going to be given by experienced faculty. They are more than sufficient. And of course, if you follow our test series, you can understand the type of questions that are expected in these general studies subjects. Sir, how many marks I have to focus? See, we have seen the marks secured by various toppers. I think roughly 120 marks or so is one of the highest marks out of 200 in general studies. But most of the rankers got 100 marks out of 200 marks, only 50%. Sir, is it good? Yes, it's quite good. Even I advise, don't break your head, don't spend too much time on general studies because it is restricted to only prelims, not in mains. Focus, allocate more time on technical paper. In this, if you can score 100 marks, means 50 questions out of 100. How, sir? Focus on mathematics, aptitude, current issues, material science, and basics of other subjects very easily. If you try to attempt 100 questions out of 100 questions, it may be a big bouncer, it may backfire. So if you focus on some 70 to 80 questions selectively, definitely you can get 100 marks out of 200. That will give very good rank in the final ESE results.
Hello everyone, this is Dr. Y. Chakrapani, faculty at AS Engineering Academy. In this presentation, I want to pass on advices for all the ESE aspirants. The GATE exam is recently over and now we have to prepare for your Engineering Services Examination 2021. In this regard, some tips I want to give in this presentation. The exam dates are given like this. Prelims is scheduled on 18th July 2021 and the mains exam is on 10th October 2021. Unlike yesteryears, this year the prelims exam is being conducted after the GATE exam. So the type of preparation is going to change a little bit as you have prepared for the GATE exam. So what exactly you need to do in this preparation for the ESE exam, I would like to present. The first one is utilize the time effectively. Unfortunately, we don't have uniform time between mains and prelims and mains and for the prelims. So we have to plan and use this time effectively. So otherwise we will be in trouble. We are having around 20 weeks for the prelims exam, whereas we are having around 11 weeks for the main exam after the prelims. So how to prepare for both prelims and mains, that we have to plan in a proper way. That is very important thing. So if you waste the time in preparing unnecessary things, in such a case, that time will not be sufficient to prepare all the subjects in effective manner. Coming to the second one, you have to focus on revision. Most of you have already prepared for the GATE exam thoroughly. All the concepts, all the learnings you have done for the GATE examination, you can carry forward to Engineering Services Prelims and Mains examination. So you should not start again from the basics. So make use of this time for the revision of the topics. For the GATE exam, you would have studied extensively, looking at what are the concepts, how to solve a typical problem coming in the GATE exam, so on and so forth. So you are good at the fundamentals by now. So those fundamentals we have to revise. So if you revise it, then if you have any doubt, only that particular topic you can go through it again. So that is what you need to properly plan. And coming to the third one, what are the types of questions we are going to get? You know, in the GATE exam, it is going to be a logical oriented questioning will be there. But in the case of Engineering Services Examination, it is going to be conceptual based as well as formula based questions only. So you have to understand what type of questions are coming and how to solve them. So as the calculator is not allowed for the ESE examination, most of the questions will be simple. So whatever values are given in the exam, you have to substitute into the formula and get the right answer. But to do that, we have to have conceptual clarity. Once you have that, then only we are going to be successful. So I am going to show a few samples how the questions will come later on, but as of now you should understand, focus on the type of questions. In Engineering Service Examination, most of the questions are straightforward. They will not be very twisty. They will not be very lengthy. Okay, so that's the reason. If you are good at fundamentals little bit, then you can easily answer to those questions without any mistakes. And then this time, after the prelims exam, the time left for the mains exam is only 11 weeks. So the problem there is, for conventional questions, the time will not be sufficient to prepare for all the subjects. Then what you need to do? Simple. As we are having 20 weeks for the prelims exam, and as the prelim exam is comparatively simple, during the preparation for the prelims exam itself, you have to prepare some of the conventional questions. Also, some of the numerals also you need to solve it. The advantage you are going to gain because of that is definitely the concepts will become more clear, and then in answering those objective questions, it is going to help you a lot. Especially in engineering service examination, you will have statement 1 and statement 2 questions. So those questions, if you need to answer, then you have to have conceptual clarity, and that will come sometimes by going for some derivations. So in different subjects, there are some simple derivations are there which are very, very important for the subject. So those derivations we advise to complete it by the time of prelims exam itself. So if you do that, the confidence level will increase, as well you are going to have easy way of answering to the objective questions. And coming to the last point, you need to have the smart work. Many people do the hard work without proper planning, and they are not succeeding in the examination. The reason is you need to have some smart work on that. So it's not only question of preparing, you should also know what to do, what not to do. So many people will take up very complicated problems and try to solve them. Finally, they will get the answer, but in the exam, those type of questions are rarely coming. So that's the reason you have to use your knowledge in appropriate fashion. So prepare well on the fundamental concepts of all the subjects. So that is going to be very, very essential. So smart work is always going to fetch you good marks. And you have to keep referring to the previous papers so that you will understand what is the type of questions we are going to get and what necessary information I need to obtain from the subject. So these are the points. If you implement, then definitely becoming success in the forthcoming ESE examination is going to be a sure one. Well, as I told you, the type of questions are very simple. As I told, there is no calculator allowed for this exam, so they will give the questions based on the simple concepts and simple calculations. For example, in your amplitude modulation, if a carrier is modulated by 2 sine waves, then which frequency? I am not going to have it. I think those who have studied amplitude modulation, to answer this question is not a big thing. Only thing is you have to understand what is the spectrum concepts. I am just giving a sample, okay? And these type of questions are typical in your engineering service examination. Statement 1 and statement 2 questions. So they are going to give the 2 statements, as you can see here, and depending on which one is correct and which one is reason for the other one, we have to give the answers properly. So in this one, if you look at here, op-amps with FET input stages have less gain than those of BJT. Answer is yes. The BJT has higher transconductance than FET. The answer is yes. Not only that, the second one is the reason for the first one. That's the reason. Correct answer for this question is A. So these type of questions are more testing in your engineering services examination. Of course, sometimes he will ask you questions like this too. Some logic gates are connected in a circuit and some inputs are given. Then which of the following waveform is the correct answer if the inputs are A and B? I think if you know the basics of logic gates, it is very, very easy to answer to such type of questions. So out of the 4 options, we have to find out which one is the right answer. So these are the types of questions we get in the engineering service examination. We will elaborate, of course, in other videos how to handle these problems. Right. Now coming to the subjects, we will classify the subjects into two parts. One is the common subjects in GATE 2021 and Engineering Services 2021 plus the additional subjects for Engineering Services 2021. I am going to deal with the common subjects. As we have shown in the list, these are the 8 common subjects you are having in both GATE examination as well your Engineering Service examination. That means we have already prepared all the fundamentals for these particular subjects. So we need not refer it again many number of times. So you need to have a quick revision so that whatever concepts you have studied for the GATE examination, you must be able to recollect it. First of all, I would like to tell how are the mark distributions for these subjects. In the prelims exam, how we got the marks, and in the mains exam, how the marks have come. Let me show that. So in these common subjects, if you look at the prelims exam from 2017, the distribution of marks are like this. As you can see, all the subjects are having almost equal importance with little bit of variation. Analog and digital circuits, so you can see we are getting maximum marks in all the years. Similarly, you are having the analog and digital communication systems, the control systems and signals and systems. Together, the syllabus has been mentioned. In that also, plenty of questions are coming. As well, the network theory. So as you can see, all these subjects are having equal importance. So those who are aspiring for good rank, we advise you to prepare all the subjects without leaving any one. Okay, how about mains exam? So the marks distribution in the main exam in these 8 common subjects are like this. As you can see, plenty of questions are given in these subjects starting from 2017. Again, the analog and digital circuits as well the electromagnetics, most of the questions have come from those subjects. And similarly, control systems, signal systems as well as analog and digital communication also, the marks are coming in a uniform way. So it shows that no subject is unimportant. We have to prepare all the subjects, then only we can get good marks in both prelims and mains examination. Now I would like to show what are the new topics included in the all common subjects one by one. Yeah, let's take analog and digital communication systems. Apart from GATE syllabus, the new topics added in Engineering Services examination, these 2 topics are there. One is multiple access techniques and second one optical communication. So in this subject, you have to focus on the basic communication topics without fail. Analog communication, digital communication as well as the optical communication. In this one especially, on the link budget, we need to focus more because the questions will come based on that particular topic. Coming to the control systems, this syllabus for control system is same as what you have done for GATE 2021. So there are no additional topics. But you have to focus more on the time and frequency analysis, the Nyquist plots as well as the root locus techniques. These topics are very, very important and most of the questions will come from those topics. Signals and systems. In the syllabus, the control systems and signals and systems are mentioned together. And see, these are the extra topics we have in signals and systems. Speech, audio and radar signal processing, digital filter design and fast Fourier transform. I should say these 3 topics are very, very important which are not there in the GATE examination. So what you have to do is revise the previous topics and then try to prepare these 3 topics effectively. That's what I have written here. You have to focus on speech, audio and radar signal processing because nowadays the questions are coming on this particular field. So this is very important one. Also on DFT and FFT, what are the number of computations? Okay, so how to calculate them, and those things you have to learn properly. Coming to the next one, computer organization. In the GATE exam this year, computer organization subject is included with limited syllabus. Apart from that syllabus, what are the additional topics we have to study in engineering services examination is this one. Memory and I/O organization, the hardware and software issues, operating system, memory management, database, elements of programming. So this is a combination of different subjects. So this comes under computer organization and architecture. In this one, we have to mainly focus on the pipelining, that is instruction formats and addressing modes. What is the control word, control unit, as well as memory and databases. So these are the different topics we need to focus. Unfortunately, we haven't studied this in GATE examination. That's the reason you have to start preparing for them now in a clear manner. Coming to the electromagnetics. So apart from GATE exam, two topics have been included here. One is called electromagnetics and second one is magnetostatics. So these two topics are important, and apart from that, you have to focus on these things. Electromagnetic waves, waveguides. We have studied this already, and you just need to focus more on these topics. Transmission lines and as well as antennas. Coming to the next one, the basic electronics engineering. So what additional topics we have when you compare the syllabus with the GATE syllabus? These are the topics I listed out. A linear PN junction is one of the important topic included into the engineering service examination. Tunnel diode, a laser, narrow channel and short channel effects in MOSFET, of course. So these are the four topics included in the syllabus. So that means we have to prepare these topics again starting from scratch. That is very important thing. So if you come overall on this basic electronics engineering, we have to focus on the transistor configurations, CMOS capacitor, which is very important one, non-ideal VAE characteristics, as well your CMOS inverter. So these are the very important topics on it. Coming to the network theory, only one topic is extra in engineering services. That's called as AC steady state analysis. Of course, all the theorems, all the transients, you have studied that for GATE examination, and in addition to that, you have to prepare this particular topic. So you have to focus more on transients, both AC and DC transients, as well the two-port parameters. Coming to the analog electronics, in this subject, most of the times the question will be formula based. In your GATE examination, he is going to ask you, for example, what type of feedback is there in a given circuit, recognize it. But in the case of your engineering services examination, the question will be, if I employ a negative feedback, what happens to the input resistance? What happens to the gain of the amplifier? What happens to the output resistance? So that type of questions are going to come, which are purely formula based questions. So you need to learn those concepts well. So second topic is, apart from power amplifiers, the next topic introduced is the BJT version of multivibrators. This we don't study in your GATE preparation, so you have to study it exclusively. As well, how to build a Smith trigger by using BJTs. So these are the two additional topics. Coming to the digital electronics, in the GATE preparation itself, we have studied most of the topics. The only additional one you have to prepare is logic families. So in this subject, many questions are coming both in prelims as well as mains, the topics we need to focus is sequential circuits, the data converters, as well as logic families. So the core of the questions will come from this particular topic. So these are the additional topics you need to focus on. So as I told you, whatever subjects, whatever topics you have studied already, you just revise those topics, and whatever extra topics I have mentioned just now, those topics you have to prepare right from the scratch. So if you prepare it like that, then definitely you will be successful in the prelims as well as mains examination. But don't forget, better make use of this 20 weeks, not only for prelims preparation, also use it for preparation for the mains exam. Some conventional questions we need to prepare now itself. That is very, very essential. So now I have given the tips how to prepare in the common subjects, focusing on the additional topics. Now my colleague Dr. U. Kiran Kumar will tell you how to prepare in the additional subjects. All the best.
Hello students, I am Kiran Kumar, faculty of ACE Engineering Academy. Now if you are an ESE aspirant who has spent almost a year long or maybe 2 years in the preparation and expecting to get the top 10 in the ESE exam, then this video is not for you, because such students would have prepared all the topics equally well, right? The main objective of this video is to primarily help the students who have recently taken GATE exam and wondering what topics they have to study in these additional technical syllabus. So let's see one by one. And remember, the opinion that I am going to give you is not just my opinion. It is the opinion of all the expert faculty who are teaching these concerned subjects, right? So let's take one by one. The first topic, or the first subject rather, is material science. The reason why this is my pick is material science is a common subject both for general studies as well as the technical paper. And if you see 2018, nearly 23 questions have come, 23 questions have appeared in general studies paper and 7 questions from technical. So 23 plus 7 is 30 questions. 30 questions and each question carries 2 marks. So you know the math, right? So that is the reason material science is a very, very important paper when it comes to the additional technical syllabus. And what are the topics you have to study in this subject? I was told that crystallography is a very, very important topic. Crystallography, because you are an ECE student, nanomaterials is very important. Semiconductors is very important. And if you have time, you can also go through magnetic materials and dielectric materials. So let me tell you once again, crystallography, magnetic materials, dielectric materials, nanomaterials, very, very important, and semiconductors. So these are the 5 topics you have to focus when it comes to material science. Okay, next, advanced communication. In advanced communication, I was told that the complete syllabus of advanced communication is picked from a textbook written by Tomasi, right? And the lecturer has suggested to take few photocopies from this textbook, right? And what are the topics you have to focus on advanced communication is satellite link budget. Please remember, satellite link budget and the orbital orientation. So that is a very, very important topic where you can expect questions. And because you are an ECE student, like I've told, fiber optics is very important, the types of fibers, the losses in fibers. And if time permits, please go for cellular and mobile communication. So let me repeat, satellite link budget and the orbital orientation, types of fibers, losses in fibers, cellular and mobile communication. So these are very, very important when it comes to advanced communication, right? And let us take up electronic measurements and instrumentation. And you know, this subject can be broadly classified into 2 parts, right? One is the electrical measurement, the other one is the electronic measurement. In electronic measurement, the faculty was a bit liberal. He said you can go through CRO, Q meter, and the electronic voltmeter. But in the electronic voltmeter, focus both on analog and digital. So let me repeat, CRO, electronic voltmeter, both the analog and digital, and the Q meter when it comes to electronic measurement. In electrical measurement, there is no paper without error analysis. In electrical measurement, error analysis and bridges, they are very, very important. You will definitely get question from error analysis and bridges, right? Okay, now electrical engineering. Now this is mainly electrical machines, and you know there are a lot of machines, right? So which one we have to study? In electrical machines, transformers is a pick. Transformers and induction machines are very, very important. But if you find time, you can go through DC machines. You can also go through batteries and the power generation. In advanced electronics, not many questions these days on advanced electronics, but if you want to focus on advanced electronics, the pick is FIR and IIR filters you have to focus, and the bilinear transformation. So please go through these topics. As I've told you, I'm mainly focusing on those candidates who have recently taken GATE exam and who are aspiring for writing an ESE exam in the coming 3 or 4 months, right? So please focus on these topics, general studies, and the previous GATE syllabus, general studies, and all these topics. If you go through, I'm sure you will be clearing the prelims test. My best wishes to you and good luck.
I am back for the last part, that is whether conventional questions are to be practiced before prelims exam or not. That's all. Anyway, our subject experts might have given their opinion. I will try to conclude what to do. So before prelims, we already discussed hardly 5 months time is there. So keeping in view this a short period, what I suggest, you can focus on conventional questions of common subjects of GATE and ESE, because as far as concepts are concerned, objective approach is concerned, you have already become an expert. Only thing is conventional part is left over. My suggestion is to consider or practice conventional questions of the common subjects of GATE and ESE before prelims. So common subjects. Yes, this is my opinion. Now coming to additional subjects or new subjects totally compared to GATE as listed by our subject experts, I say better no. You will have around 10 to 11 weeks of time after prelims exam. You can practice conventional questions of these things, additional subjects after prelims. Again before prelims, suppose very lengthy conventional questions are there with respect to common subjects, you can slightly postpone them. So simple conventional questions, not very lengthy, simple derivations, you can practice before prelims. Now another important point is QCAB, question cum answer booklet. Sir, shall I practice conventional questions in this QCAB before prelims? I advise no, because it takes little bit more time. Question cum answer booklet means in the UPSC exam, engineering research exam, question will be given, some space will be defined, it may be half page or full page. You have to complete the answer within that space given. Suppose if something goes wrong, if you strike it off, you will not get another opportunity to correct, because in the same space you have to write. My suggestion, you can practice using QCAB format after prelims exam. Okay, so this is with respect to conventional questions. All the best.